Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is Sunday night. I apologize, this video is probably getting out a little bit late. I did Ring Fit Adventure for the first time ever tonight, and I couldn't move for about a half hour after. It took me a wee bit longer to get in here and record. But, that said, we do have a teaser. I'm surprised that we have a teaser. Does this mean we don't have a FEH channel this month? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Like I said, the trailer usually includes, or is separate rather from the FEH channel. The FEH channel usually just introduces the units themselves. A teaser could still happen. That doesn't mean that we're getting the trailer tomorrow night necessarily. It could mean that we're getting a FEH trailer or a FEH channel tomorrow night, and we see the units there. Who knows? But either way, we have a silhouette to look at, and it is a bit of a doozy, if I do say so myself. A little bit complicated this time, not gonna lie. A little bit complicated. I did do a little bit of speculation on what to expect for the FEH channel in October. And, I more or less kind of went through the units that we've had in the past and how that kind of breaks down into what we'd be looking at here. The difference between how I used that to predict the dance banner being genealogy and the Halloween banner this year, there wasn't any staggering overlap in terms of series that were on last year that could flow over into this year. Everybody that was represented last year was also there the year before. So that could mean a number of things, but more often than not, when the banners tend to do that, historically they're doing a hard cut and just jumping completely to a different series altogether that's represented. What that means is it could be anything. It could be Fates, it could be Mystery the Emblem, it could be Thracia, it could be Genealogy, it could be any of these things. I do not believe that it is likely to be anything from Tellius, since we just got a Tellius banner. And they tend not to do too many repetitions in terms of repeat series showing up. But I mean, I guess it is possible. I don't think it's very likely, but it is possible. Of course, we do have the harmonized hero to kind of think about when we're looking at this, right? Because the harmonized units, they introduce scoring options into resonant battles, which is currently going to be getting a facelift in terms of how accessible it is. And of course, we did just have a duo unit on the previous special banner, which was the dance banner. So more often than not, they tend to alternate those. Plus, we already have a duo Halloween unit. We do not have a harmonized unit. So what I'm thinking they're probably going to do is now they're going to alternate so that we will see harmonized units showing up where we currently have duo units. That's just where my brain is. Is it correct? I don't know, but that's what I'm going with until I see evidence otherwise. So I'm assuming that this is going to be a harmonized hero. So that means I am disinclined to believe that it will be repeat offenders from things like Tellius, Awakening. Well, not Tellius necessarily, just Radiant Dawn, to be honest. Not Path of Radiance. But we did just have a Path of Radiance banner. So things like Awakening, Radiant Dawn, Heroes, and then Fates. Could they repeat it? Yes, that is possible. But I don't know if it's entirely likely. So when I'm looking at this, I'm kind of thinking, that's interesting. There's cards. So character on the right here. There's cards, there's long fingernails, the hair seems longer. It almost looks like there's like a fur type of collar going on with a jacket over there. So that's just kind of where my head immediately goes. Female, probably, likely, yeah. I don't know who this character on the right is. I will be the first to tell you that. I genuinely do not know. It could be anybody. It kind of looks like they're wearing some type of fedora style hat with feathers off to the side. But I do think it's probably female. The character on the far left, however, I have a pretty good inkling as to who that is. And I know a lot of people are saying this character on the right, but I don't think that's... I think the person on the left is actually Orochi. The hair is kind of bigger. There's a pin in it. There are bracelets that kind of overlap here. If you look in the top center, that's the left person's hand extending, and there's bracelets there. I just think that overall motif kind of fits well with her. So I actually think the person on the left is Orochi. And I know, based on looking at comments briefly, and I did ask you guys on Twitter to send me your thoughts if you had any. And that was kind of a general consensus. Ring Fit makes it so I can't speak anymore. That seems to be the general consensus among most people, that Orochi is probably pictured in here somewhere. Now, we do also have somebody who has flowy kind of ribbons behind them, and that would be Ninian. She would, I guess, technically kind of fit. We did have Blazing Blade characters in last year's banner, so there could be some overflow into this year, matching that. We don't technically have a harmonized unit that fits in the Blazing Blade realm, so that's also kind of an option maybe. But ultimately, I think what we're looking at here is more of a costume. I think the ribbons have to do with the costume, not necessarily relating to a character type. So for what that's worth, I honestly really genuinely do think that Orochi is on the left. Another possible option, I guess, that we could look at is Nina. Do I think it's Nina? I don't know. She does fit in with the Mystery of the Emblem, which I believe is part of the upcoming Resonant Battle focus. So that's a possibility. She does have the hairpiece. She has the high hair. And different iterations of her show her tiara as kind of a different type thing. But overall, I think Orochi is probably the better pick for the left. Again, I have no clue who's on the right. Genuinely no clue who's on the right. That is anybody's guess. If I had to maybe spitball something, I would say it's maybe like a beast unit, maybe with the fur collar. I don't know. I don't think they would transform because they're with somebody, right? That wouldn't make sense. I don't know. I'm not even gonna speculate on that. I'm just not gonna do it. So yeah, we kind of looked at Ninian, we kind of looked at Nina. I genuinely think Orochi's on the left. There is a third character. I don't know if you see him down here, but there's a third character kind of hiding in the middle. A tiny little head with two little ears popping off to the sides, which kind of makes me believe that there's a possibility that there's three characters pictured here, which would be bizarre, unless it's like an add-on where someone's holding like a figure, or you know what I mean? Like maybe they're holding a plushie. I don't know, but it'd be weird if they were. But there's definitely a third head there, and I don't know whose it is. So I guess I don't really know what to say about that either, other than it could be like a small child of some kind. The hair seems to be slightly long, maybe like shoulder length, possibly. The last time that they did this, we did have a duo unit in Young Pala. A lot of people are saying like, oh, well, the feathers in the hat on the right, maybe that's like a White Wing thing. Maybe this is just another, maybe it's another White Wing trio as a duo. I don't know that they would do that again, man. Honestly, I'd be disappointed, I guess, if they did do that. It's not impossible that they wouldn't do that, but it would bum me out if they did. Because that's just, like, when you do it once, okay. But when you do it twice, it's like, really? It's been like 6 months and you're doing this again? That seems cheap. So, you know, it could be. I don't know that it is. I tried kind of racking my brain, right, to see who might be a good fit. But I think whoever is on the right here, that middle character, is likely to relate to them in some fashion. And I was kind of playing devil's advocate, like, well, maybe it was Maria and in the center here, and we have Minerva over on the right. You know? Like, maybe that was a thing. She's not a Pegasus Knight, but she technically does fly, so feathers. I don't know. I'm more interested in what these characters are dressed up as. Because I genuinely don't know what makes sense as a Halloween character who has cards. Because I know a lot of people said, oh, well, Orochi is one of a few characters who canonically uses cards. I think the cards belong to the person on the right, and I think Orochi's actually on the left. So I don't. It's almost like they're a gambler. Like I feel like someone's dressed up like a gambler, and the only person I really think of when I think of gambler is Joshua, and I don't think that's Joshua. So I don't know. This is gonna be a weird Halloween. I can already feel it. It's gonna be a super weird Halloween. A third alternative to what this is actually showing us, we're possibly getting a harmonized unit and another unit. And it's 2 separate units, 3 characters in one picture. I guess that's a possibility. We have not seen that before. Typically, it's only 2 characters pictured. Sometimes they're a duo unit or a harmonized units. Other times, we've had a featured character from the banner and then somebody from the Tempest Trials that we'd be getting for free. So they have split them up differently in the past. I don't know what their focus is here. So try not to get hung up on the trio thing. I guess if you're thinking real hard about it, we could be looking at like a harmonized or a duo unit and then another character. They may not all be part of the harmonized or duo trio thing that's going on here. And I guess a 3.5 option, it's a new character type altogether. We have some kind of cockamamie trio unit happening in front of us, but like I said in my What to Expect video, I don't think they're going to do that. You know, harmonized units are literally only months old at this point. I don't think they would introduce a third unit type that we would have to worry about scoring and stuff with. Obviously, if we had a Fate channel to give us some context as far as gameplay goes, maybe that would give us some better intel, but I don't know. I'm not going to try and read too much into this one, honestly. Could I? Yeah. I don't want to. I'm tired. Ring Fit kicked my butt, and I just don't have it in me tonight, and I'm sorry about that. But the good news is that we probably won't have to wait long. Tradition has told us that we will get a trailer for this either tomorrow night or the night after. They've never gone longer than a 2-night period between releasing a teaser and a trailer. And I think a hurricane was involved the last time that did happen, so I'm not anticipating that this time around. But hey, if it turns out that none of these characters are anything that you want, there is this little option here. May, our Halloween hero emote, is currently available to members. So if this banner turns out to be really trash, you hate it, and you happen to be a member, you have this cute May here to celebrate Halloween with, and you can use them in comments and in live streams when I do that. So that's an option, I guess. if nobody on this banner makes you happy for Halloween and Faye this year, there's always May. Maybe one of these characters is May. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Do you know? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know if you have a handle on anybody who this is. I definitely think that person in the middle is either a beast unit or like a cat of some kind, because those ears, I can't unsee them. They're definitely cat ears of some kind, I think. Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments down below. We won't have to wait long, so be sure to subscribe and come on back when we actually do get the reveal, hopefully in a Fade channel tomorrow night. Fingers crossed. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and until then, I will catch you next time.